The new Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio film, The Wolf of Wall Street, is currently scheduled to hit AMC Theatres on November 15th. However, it's looking more and more likely the film won't hit that release date. According to unconfirmed reports, Scorsese and his editor, Thelma Schoonmaker, turned in a 3+ hour cut of the film, which the studio said had to be cut down to around 2 hours. The reports also claim that with these new editing changes, the film will not make its November 15th release date, and that Scorsese is now racing to get the film finished by November 25th for a Christmas Day release, keeping Wolf of Wall Street in qualifying contention for the Oscars. If that happens, Paramount will most likely be forced to move their other movie scheduled to open on Christmas Day, Jack Ryan: Shadow Recruit, into 2014. John, if these reports are true, is it a good idea for Paramount and Scorsese to make sure they get the film out by Christmas?
Yeah, it really is. There are going to be some people that'll say, oh, don't rush him, don't rush the master Scorsese. Scorsese's had a lot of time to get this film ready, and it looks like they may miss that November 15th release date. Now, it should be pointed out, as Chris Lee was saying, that's not official at this point. It's not official that they are going to miss the November 15th release date. It just looks really likely. And if that's the case, then yes, it is a smart move to make sure they get this film done in time so it can be in theaters this year. Studios make a lot of money off Oscar buzz. They really do. And to get this thing in there, and it looks like this could be one of those films that gets a lot of Oscar nominations, so they want to make sure that they get this under the wire. What this really sucks for is everybody involved with Jack Ryan: Shadow Recruit, because the Christmas release date is a sweet date. And it's a great time to launch a new franchise and a new series. But you got to understand where Paramount's coming from. Their bigger horse in this race right now is obviously The Wolf of Wall Street. It's going to get the choice spot. And it really does look like the new Jack Ryan film is going to be pushed to 2014. It's unfortunate. I'm looking forward to seeing it. But they probably won't push it to like March or April. It'll probably be like a January or February release. So we're not going to miss it by that much. And yeah, while it sucks for them, it just makes sense. So it's a good move. Amy Rose?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at all the films that released around December, Christmas time last year. Django, Les Miserables, Zero Dark 30, and more. I mean, those are the Oscar contenders, period. I mean, it's a great time. People are off work. They go with their families. I mean, that is a very profitable month, and those are the hot Oscar properties. That's just how it always has been. So it's really imperative. And, you know, as much as Jack Ryan looks fun, it also looks a bit generic, gonna say it. And Scorsese is definitely just so incredible. Take your time. If you have a full hour longer than you want, that's not going to take a couple weeks. That is some serious time they need to cut off that film. But I'm okay with being longer. Scorsese, do your thing. Show us your art. So I'm really excited for that film, but it is very imperative if they want to be a contender to release in that slot. The latest I would say would be January, obviously, because you know, all the nominations come out and the Oscars are in February and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited for this film, but it looks like it will be pushed. And if it's only pushed a couple weeks, that's not bad.
Aaron?
Well, the way I see it is when you're looking at cutting down a movie. It's a 3-hour movie. That's a pretty daunting task, and I think that they need to take the time required to really look at it and decide what they're going to admit or change. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's really important that they take the time to do it, and I'm not in a rush. I mean, this movie, even if it misses an Oscar date, it's the kind of movie that it will be just as relevant next year as it will this year.
Will Scorsese feel that way?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if the studio will feel that
is,
way either, but
it's one thing for us to say, because I agree with you, it's one thing for us to say, hey, I'm in no rush to see this. I just want a great movie. It's another thing if I'm the person who's footing the bill for the movie.
Yeah.
And I expect it, and my filmmakers, being Scorsese, and my filmmakers knew when I wanted this film done by, and they missed it, and they turned in a 3-hour movie when they knew I didn't want a 3-hour movie. I mean, there's a lot of, it's not as black and white as sometimes we up here make it sound, and I know I'm guilty of that. But, and you know, it's an interesting thing too, Christmas date is already pretty crowded. Because right now, we got Jack Ryan, which will probably get bumped in lieu of Wolf of Wall Street. But we got The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. We got the
that
new,
looks fantastic.
We got the new Keanu Reeves film, 47 Ronin, which a lot of, I don't like the looks of it, but everybody else around me seems to like the looks of it.
Not this girl.
I don't like it.
Another film I'm really looking forward to is the new Robert De Niro, Sylvester Stallone film, Grudge Match. And Jack Ryan, that's probably going to get bumped. So it's pretty crowded right now. So let's see what happens.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.